Ow, ow, ow. Hold on. I have to put this in the other ear because I just remembered it's the wrong one. Normally I wear it in the other ear because you can't see it on camera as much. But this week I got my butt knocked down by an ear infection, which has been
those do suck.
If you want to know how out, we're on a Wednesday. This should be on a Monday. That's how out of it I've been. If you want to know how out of it I was yesterday, I was trying to sit back, relax, and I thought to myself, you know what would help? I should go make some tea with honey, which makes sense. That's the thing you do when your throat's bugging you. Make some tea with honey. So I went down the hall. I fixed my drink. I got it all together. I came back here. I drank it, and I thought to myself, this tea tastes funny. And then I realized I'd made myself a cup of coffee.
With honey?
No, I made a regular cup of coffee like I normally do.
But it didn't upward poop coffee, right?
No, it didn't. But yeah, I decided.
So there you go.
That's how my brain was just like, and we don't even have tea for the Keurig. All the tea we have is in tea bags. I was just like, like that weekend at Bernie's with the Jamaican music. That was me.
You just go on autopilot sometimes. Yeah.
Ear infections.
I used to get ear infections all the time as a kid, and it's the worst because it hurts to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even sleep well.
I still get them as an adult. Yeah.
Or you let some peroxide, and that is the weirdest feeling. You fill your ear canal with peroxide, and then you feel it and you hear it eating through all the crud in there. So it tickles, but also you hear it sounds like TV static, like crackling. And then you flip over and all the gunk falls out.
It gets to the point, I'm looking over here on my desk and I'm like, I notice I have a screwdriver there and I'm like, I could scratch the inside of my ear with that. That would feel better. All right. So each week, Catherine and the Radio Dead Air audience go out in the worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of stuff, bring it back here for a little segment we like to call What the Fuck is Wrong with You? I'm Nash. She's Tara. This is the news. We're going to start in New Hampshire. And we get mugshots here all the time. And sometimes a mugshot really tells a story. This one really, really just sums it up. This is an amazing mugshot. Holy crap. And also, fucking asshole. All right, so let's start with Tewksbury, Massachusetts man accused of driving 100 miles per hour after chase with New Hampshire troopers before crashing into a house. Everybody's fine. Now look at this fucking mugshot.
I think legally you cannot say Tewksbury, Massachusetts. You have to say Tewksbury, Mass.
Tewksbury, Mass. All right, no. Look at that fucking mugshot.
God, he's yelling at them in the middle of taking it.
That is a story going on right there.
That is the angriest man alive.
Fuck yes. Alan Pickett was accused of driving a Tesla into a Manchester house on Monday after a chase on I-93. The most important part of the story, 4 dogs inside the home were okay. So there we go. Doggies. They were probably very confused, but they're okay. Man from Massachusetts facing charges after being accused of driving more than 100 miles per hour during a chase with New Hampshire State Police. Police and fire rescue teams were sent to Island Pond Road for a report of a car crashing into a house. When they arrived, they found the driver of Tesla, Alan Pickett, 37, had driven the vehicle into the front of a home, causing significant damage. Personnel forced entry in the home for a safety sweep, and 4 dogs were located inside. Animals weren't harmed, and no other occupants were present, so everybody's okay, except the house. Fuck. Investigation of the incident found the police encountered Pickett while he was driving on I-93 at a high rate of speed. Attempted to stop the vehicle. Pickett did not comply. It's later determined to have been driving in excess of 100 miles per hour on East Industrial Drive, where the posted speed limit is 30 miles per hour. Now, driving like super duper stupid fast on the interstate, I mean, it's not uncommon. You're not supposed to, but it's not uncommon. Driving through residential at 100 miles an hour.
Jesus.
What? And you can tell by the mugshot that he is determined that none of this is his fault.
He has some emotional problems, I think.
This is your fault for chasing him. You made him do it.
Yeah.
This strikes me as the you made me do it sort of guy.
Right. Do you ever, when you're not home, just suddenly become very anxious that like you will get home and find that your house has been struck by lightning and no longer exists, or somebody drove through the front of it? Like, do you ever just randomly worry about that? Because at least once a week,
I will now. And just thanks.
And just be like, oh my God, what if a meteor fell on my house while I wasn't home and nobody has called to tell me?
Well, in this case, what if the meteor was an asshole?
You're welcome. Yeah. So you're welcome for that shiny new worry. I do that at least once a week.
We have more assholes. This is one of those instances where you can tell some people are absolutely sure they are the main character and the only person who matters in the world. If you're in retail, you've met this person.
And the problem is, it's only getting worse and worse and worse. And I blame social media.
Well, this one, it's, I shouldn't expect things to be tame at a Korn and System of a Down show, right? That's not exactly going to be a mild event. However, this isn't like getting a little too rowdy in the mosh pit. This is, I hate this. This is going to be called Freak on a Leash this week. I'm pretty sure it's going to be called Freak on a Leash this week. I can't help it.
Oh, did we go full Woodstock 99?
Concert goer gets beat down after caught in lewd act at Korn and System of a Down show. Now you may be asking, what lewd act is that? Disturbing video posted on TikTok shows a fan pleasuring himself at New Jersey's MetLife Stadium during Korn's set on August 27th. The concert, the band headlined with System of Down, and subsequently getting violently punched in the head by another concert goer. Additional footage shows the lewd fan being dragged out of his seat by security and removed from the venue. Many things going on here. Yeah, the Crazy Spoo should have kept his freak on a leash. I know. Is
the photo up there actually of the incident? Was he in like an all but empty section, or did people just get the fuck away from him?
I think people just got the fuck away from him when they realized,
Yeah.
I think that was like, wait, no! Wait, no! They did not want to be part of that.
Also, like, I wouldn't call myself a fan of Korn, but like, they got some good songs. Like, I'm not saying they're a bad band. It's just not my thing.
Not your thing, not your speed. I get it.
They're not really jerking at music.
Not really.
First of all, the tempo of most of their songs is very fast.
Oh yeah. You're gonna chafe.
Like, yeah.
Like I the thing about this is that other people were like telling him, dude, stop it. And he was just insistently, no, he had a job to do. It was a hand job, but
what's the song with that, with the beatboxing? I can't beatbox, obviously. I'm very white.
Somebody came up behind, it got to the point where someone had to go, stop. Just stop. Like, if you are jerking yourself off so insistently in public that someone has to punch you in the head, maybe you should not be doing that. That is nature's way of saying, stop it.
I mean, if you're jerking off in public, maybe you shouldn't be doing that anyway, even if nobody punches you. That's just, I'm going to just give you that piece of advice, friends. You should not be doing that, even if nobody punches you.
Let's go on to someone who should have been punched repeatedly and hard. It's kind of a miracle that he wasn't. This is from, where is this? Orange County, Florida. I was like, where could this possibly happening? Yeah, it's Orange County, Florida. So I quite often, I remark that being self-employed, this is my job. This is what I do. However, to the best of my knowledge, citing news stories and making fun of them isn't illegal. If it was, Jay Leno should have been in jail for 100 years by now. But
God, I hope not, because they got a lot of evidence on our asses.
So this guy really particularly struck a nerve here with his defense of this. You're going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. Everybody, let's all be pissed. Man accused of recording up women's skirt at UCF library says it's his job. What?
Really? You work for TMZ?
There he is. This is Yunsu William Lee faces voyeurism, tampering charges. Man accused of recording up a women's skirt at the University of Central Florida Library reportedly told a witness that it was his, quote, job to do so. Pardon me. There we go.
Fellas, while he's getting himself together, almost every eyeglass retailer makes wide frame glasses. Mm-hmm. You got to ask for them sometimes, but you don't have to have your glasses end here and the rims fucking begging for their lives on the side of your giant head, okay? And then have dents when you take them off. Almost every retailer, you can get glasses that will fit your big old melon, for God's sake.
Damn.
I worked at LensCrafters. It bugs me, man.
According to arrest affidavit, he was booked on Thursday after being caught by a woman who noticed his cell phone pointing directly up her skirt while she studied on the 5th floor of the UCF's library. The victim demanded to see Lee's phone, leading to Lee attempting to hide his most recent recordings to no avail. A witness to the event told investigators that Lee was taking such videos was his job. Going on to tell the witness there are entire communities for it, and he sells photographs and videos of women. The witness said that Lee then deleted the video. Lee is a student, and the UCF Police Department is investigating. He's taken to Orange County Jail. Buddy.
Sir, if your job is selling upskirt videos of strangers, you don't tell people that's your job because your job is fucking illegal.
Yeah, that's what you are doing. Is like, I love how he's like, oh, there are online communities for this. It's perfectly legit. He's like, there are dozens of us. Dozens.
There's online communities for a lot of things.
Oh,
that just
yes,
not
there
make
are.
them legit.
Oh, yes, there are. This motherfucker. Just because a woman is existing in public does not mean it's content to be mined.
I mean, there are entirely too many men who think that a woman existing in public entitles them to our time and attention. And some of them are in the chat. You know you are.
Like, brother, the fuck, man.
Oof.
And he looks so sad.
I mean,
look at that sad boy.
Yeah.
Look at that sad child. He's so sad. All he did was violate someone else's privacy for money.
I was just performing
Is that so wrong?
a public service.
Fucking hell, bro. 23 years old. Man, I think I was not great at 23. None of us were great at 23. But I think I had my shit a little more together than this. Never been arrested, never deserved to be arrested. Never even arrested when I wasn't deserving it. Because I protested once or twice. But anyway. Let's move on to yet another fuck this guy. This is from Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. TikTok has encouraged people to be much more open about things they should not say. Ever. Like, ever. There are things you should not say out loud. You probably shouldn't think them too loudly. But TikTok is like,
this
it's
goes
okay.
back to everybody's the main character. Yeah, this goes right back to everybody's the main character.
It's okay. It's TikTok. We're all expressing our. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's not. Now, this headline will kind of confuse you a bit till we get to what actually happened. Salesman at a Racine County car dealership is under fire. After, I don't know why they say under fire. It's just, couldn't they say he's just a giant asshole? After a recent TikTok he posted went viral. The TikTok in question, posted by a now deleted account under Kenny Sells, sparked controversy online as it featured salesman Kenny Rua.
I saw this video
with the caption, quote, "You look happier. Thanks. I just sold a single mom a car, 10,000 over sticker."
I saw that video. They tore that motherfucker up.
So if you're not, for some reason you're not following along here, what he was doing was he made a jolly entertaining video for the TikToks with a soundtrack that proclaimed he had just cheated a single mother out of $10,000 by overselling her the car overpriced, and was proud of this fact.
The trend is you post like, "You look happier, thanks," and then you say something totally unhinged. Like, "You look happier, thanks, I took up serial killing." You know, like.
But if you happen to be, if you happen to be a car salesman and people know your account is very clear about where you are, Ziegler Honda of Racine. Since the video, the dealership has been the target of bad reviews, leading to this Facebook post claiming the scenario was false and intended as a joke. Just a joke, bro. Just a prank. Just a joke, bro. Although we value freedom of speech, we hold our team members to a higher standard of decency, truthfulness, and these values were not displayed in the situation. Rua was terminated from his position and received the statement from officials. Effective immediately, Ziegler Honda of Racine has decided to part ways with the salesperson responsible for a recent TikTok video that falsely represented our sales practices. Like, everyone could have told you what was about to happen.
Yeah. And that's people, like, during quarantine, you had a lot of like nurses who would post funny little jokey videos about their fake vaccine cards and then be like, surprise Pikachu, when they got fucking fired. Like, people are like, "Oh, it's the internet, it's not real," but it fucking is, though. The new thing, the new main villain of TikTok right now, the whole staff got in on this. There's some gynecology office that made a whole video. You're going to hate this so much. So you've never been to a gynecologist, probably. If you have a good gynecologist, before they open you up and do their business, because they do literally open you up. Like that, they have a thing with a crank on it, literally a metal torture device with a crank on it.
You're making me think of Clerks. You're making me think of Clerks, where the shutters were jammed because someone put gum in the locks. Anyway,
if they're nice, they lube you up first.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of you are familiar with gravity, what goes up tends to come down. And if it's liquid and it's inside your body, it tends to come out of your body at some point. So this whole
how did we come down the
nurses,
road?
The doctors, everybody made this video. I forget what the sound was, but like they filmed themselves after the patient left, like pointing and smiling with the wet spot on the little paper sheet. Right? And it's not just one person at the practice. It's like everybody who works there standing around pointing. And they are currently under fire, and they're like, what? It's just, we didn't show the patient.
How in the I don't understand, peoples. It's, you understand, I think you should leave is fiction, right? That's not how things go in real life.
And I don't like cringe humor to begin with. Like, I wasn't a big fan of The Office because the Office was built entirely on cringe humor, and I just don't find cringe humor funny. But I guess that is the idea. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Imagine that's your doctor.
Yeah, you're not going back to that doctor because that's, you can't trust them now.
No.
So, yeah. Anyway, now we've gone off on that horrific detour.
You're welcome.
Let's have something else equally horrific in its own way. Were you ever told as a kid that if you threw a penny off the Empire State Building, you'd kill somebody?
Yeah.
You go right through their skull.
Wait, is that not true?
No, that's not true. Because that even at terminal velocity, a penny it'll might hurt a little bit. It might get a bruise, but it's not going to go through your skull. I mean, the terminal velocity is only so fast. However, you know what will kill you if it comes off a tall enough building?
A lot of things.
Well, yes, that's true. But in this particular instance, a glass fucking bottle. Man accused of regularly throwing glass bottles from Miami high-rise faces deadly missile charges. Yeah.
Look at that face.
Yep. That's like, I didn't know this would get, I know I get arrested for this. What do you know? You learn something new every day.
It's not like a video game where, like, if you throw it off screen to an area they haven't programmed yet, it just goes away. That's not the way the world works. Everything is programmed.
I want to say, though, if you look at him, he does look great for his age. A 51-year-old man. Like, I mean, he does moisturize. You can tell. 51-year-old man in Miami's. He does. He could, but he looks good for 51. In Miami, Brickell's neighborhood faces 48 felony charges after police arrested him for regularly throwing glass beer bottles from a 41st floor balcony. Police department's arrested Ivan Cadierno. Cadierno. There you go. He's from Spain. So yeah. Ivan Cadierno, a club at Brickell Bay tenant. After he allegedly threw so many bottles, he prompted investigations by both the building's management and a detective. Bottles could have easily struck pedestrians, residents, or vehicles below, causing serious bodily injury or death. Miami-Dade prosecutors filed a felony case against him. He was born in Spain. He's faced 24 counts of shooting or throwing a deadly missile and 24 counts of criminal mischief. The building's management company blamed him for $140,000 in property damage and other expenses, including the purchase and installation of a net and surveillance cameras before they could stop him. He was throwing so many bottles off a building, they had to come up with mitigation measures.
Like, it's kind of amazing he didn't ever hit anybody.
Like, bro, do you not know what the trash can's for?
Yeah, like, it's Florida. They probably don't even make you recycle.
This guy was like, you should recycle. Yeah, fuck that. I just recycle. Fuck you. Out the window. I'll let Mother Nature take care of it. Here you go, God. Recycle this for me.
I don't think you get to do that in Spain either.
You can do that anywhere. And I love how they had to have a detective because there are, however many floors. He was on the 41st. They had no idea which one this was regularly coming out of. Just that it was coming out of them enough.
How many apartments are on each floor. Yeah. Well, and as Sam Wilson so helpfully told us in Winter Soldier, Nick Fury, it's not like they paint the numbers on the outside of the building.
Like, this dip shit. And the look on his face is like, I did not know you can get in trouble for this.
You can't do that?
You're not allowed to do that? Wow. You learn something new every day.
I can't see it anymore, so it must not exist anymore. No, honey.
You were seriously lucky that you didn't hit a child, because then you wouldn't have been arrested. You would have been drawn and quartered.
Because then that's manslaughter at that point.
Yeah. Like, you weren't getting out of that building alive if you hit somebody's kid. Like, good Lord. Was the guy trying to throw the bottle past the net? I mean, maybe. You don't know. I mean, they had to put a bet. Maybe he got really annoyed because he liked hearing the smash sound, and he threw it out there and it stopped making the noise. He's like,
would you hear the smash from 40 floors up?
I mean, I've heard bottle smashing from a block away if somebody throws them hard enough. I don't know if changes. I don't know if it changes because the direction is this way or this way, but
the speed they have to pick up, it probably just fucking vaporizes when it hits the ground. Just turns back into sand.
Got one final one this week from Australia. And this is specifically, now we put the show on an MP3 for patrons if you'd like to join the Patreon. So this is specifically for patrons who happen to be from the New York / Long Island area. We're going to be talking about something called a ute. It is a vehicle from Australia and not, in fact, a youth. Okay? Not a ute, not a youth, which I'm pretty sure I wanted to clarify that in case you thought this man somehow piggybacked a 13-year-old through a bunch of glass doors. I
don't know where we're going.
A ute smashed through the doors of Perth's Morley Galleria on early Friday, causing damage inside. The driver was arrested an hour later at a nearby pub where he allegedly broke in and poured himself a beer. Arrested a man in his 40s who was driven through after a call was driven through the mall. A lot of space in this mall. New Chevrolets are in early this year. Got to get those out of the way. Emergency services say they received
their Krispy Kreme kiosk looks like a box of donuts.
It does. That's very nice. Yeah. It is. And also, look, went through the fucking, well, apparently we can't have nice things because people will drive a truck at them.
Yeah. True.
Police say the car was used to force entry into the shopping center after a bollard was removed. Wait a second. So this wasn't just like out of control accidentally. He moved one of the things stopping you from driving into the building and then drove into the building. Then he was unable to gain entry to the store and drove back out of the shopping center and away from the scene. About an hour later, the man was apprehended at a nearby pub, which had yet to open. Police have since charged 46-year-old Morley man with a number of offenses. The pub owner told ABC the man followed a worker who was making early morning delivery into the venue. He said he had pretended to be a pub worker and poured himself a pint at the bar. Inside the Galleria, tire marks were seen on the floor, while the entrance to Target had to be cordoned off with white sheeting. And we got a picture of that down there. Where is it? Where's that? There it is. There's a picture for everybody home. Look, pictures. CCTV shows the Ute traveling through the closed mall with its headlights on. Safety first. Shopping center owners.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
He drove into the mall. Because it wasn't open.
Right. He was trying to get into one of the shops.
The store he wanted to go to wasn't open.
Yeah.
And it didn't occur to him to just drive the fuck through that? Like, that's your line? You've already driven into the fucking mall.
But I love, on the same day.
If the goddamn Eddie Bauer's closed, that stops you?
Okay, but look at this map here, all right? There's where the mall is. There's where we drove in. And there's where the pub is. So it's like a block and a half over. So he first of all, he starts his morning by driving into the mall and around the mall. Then he decides, well, shit, I'm thirsty. So he breaks into a pub, pretends to be
and there's nothing to drink in the mall.
Yeah, there's nothing to drink in the mall, of course. Pretends to be a worker there, which that counts as breaking and entering. If you go into some place under false pretenses, so he pretends to be.
But also, everyone who's worked retail has like gone to open the store, and you have to be there half an hour early, and someone tries to force their way in with you, thinking you have to serve them because they are physically there.
Well,
sorry.
Like what the, the fuck was the. This guy had way too much free time, is all I can say.
Yeah.
Some people need jobs to keep them out of trouble, I think. It's not that some people need jobs because they love them. Some people need jobs to survive. And some people need jobs because if they don't have one, they're doing some shit. Like, brother, this was your whole day.
I bet he just wanted to make a fucking return, too. The first customer of the day, like 7 out of 10 times, it's a fucking return. I don't know why people have to make their returns at 10:01 a.m., but for some reason, that's how people to start their fucking day.
Oi, there's already shit in these Pampers. That was a terrible Australian accent, but... Like, fuck's sake. Well, what have we learned this week? We've learned that some people have way too much fucking free time.
Yeah.
Because you need more discipline in your life. We've learned that if you start throwing your beer bottles out of your window from the high rise you live in, eventually someone's gonna notice that shit.
They don't just disintegrate mid-air. Object permanence, just because you can't see it, it does in fact still exist.
We've learned yet again, TikTok was a mistake, and there's some things you should not say out loud. You can think them. And you are not physically stopped from saying them, but you shouldn't. See, there's a difference between can't and shouldn't. And should is really important. We've learned that if just because you say something illegal is your job, people aren't suddenly going to be okay with it. Hi there, bud.
No.
Oh, come here. He's screaming at me.
Oh.
Hi, buddy.
It's floof.
He got got. Going to be 10 years old next week.
10 years old?
Yep. We have learned that you are not the main character, especially if that involves the idea that you're just hanging out at the Korn concert and decide to whip her out and spank it. Just spank it. Just spanking it. Hello. What are you doing? What are you doing? And finally, of course, we've learned 100 miles an hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. It's almost definitely your fault. Don't bother being mad at other people. You did this to yourself.
I don't even know why you would want to do 100 miles. Like, just hearing that makes my chest tighten up. Like that's speed limits are, I'm going to sound like a mom. Speed limits are there for a reason. And it's because there's some places it's not safe to drive fast.
You want to drive 100 miles an hour, Grady?
Right, Grady? Grady's like, I don't do nothing fast.